Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
Alrighty, man. We here, bro. We here. It was also here on the day of February 6th, 2026 is the brand new J. Cole album, The Fall Off. Double disc album, 24 tracks. J. Cole allegedly is calling this his last album. And in May, man. BZ, let me know your thoughts, bro. Already. Go right ahead.
Nope,
I
we
did
ain't
after
doing
you
that.
first.
You doing yours first.
Doing mine first?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, bet. Say less. Okay. So what I will say is this. And off of the album reaction alone that I did say things like classic, masterpiece, things like that. And I will admit that. What do I necessarily say 10 out of 10? No. But for what it's worth, I did enjoy it. I listened to every track. I thought what he did was very for one, he kept up with the bars. He rapped like he was hungry again. He gave you moments on the record. I thought the feature collaboration was very, very dope. And then he had Tim's on there. He had Burna Boy. I think they said Erica Badu, which is fire. And then he also paid homage to Outkast and Common with the I Love Her Again. By the way, I love I Used to Love Her. That's one of my favorite hip hop tracks. About talking about the love of hip hop in a very, grilly way.
I
In
forgot
a
you had
sense.
it.
Um,
I got
no,
you.
for what it's worth, I thought it was a really dope
Yeah,
album.
me too.
But someone tells me after the album was finished that I don't know if it's Cole's last. I don't know if it's Cole's last, but for what it's worth, I thought he experimented pretty well. I can understand why people may have mixed feelings about it. Like if you're not for Cole singing, if you're not for the way he raps, if you're not for the way he does his songs, whatever the case may be. But for me, I feel like he gave you just about any and everything that is of the now, and he kept it so moderate, and he kept a theme I think throughout the whole project, which is about how you can fall in multiple different ways, right? But towards the end, he's built to rise. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go toward the next chapter of his career. And I don't know. I think J. Cole really showed us moments. He gave us a lot of moments for us to really talk about and pick apart from the album. So for what it's worth, I thought the album was great, bro. Me personally.
Okay. All right. First of all, I talked to Larry.
Okay.
So I'll let Larry say his piece when we get there. But it was something that you just said that Larry is gonna get you. He's gonna get you
Okay.
on one of the
Okay.
days. But I'm not gonna say what he said because I'll let him speak on his. Hold on. I'm about to switch headphones. Hold on.
Okay. I don't know why he would get me. It's not me that did it. I'm just listening to a body work.
All right, let me see. Oh shoot, okay. All right, and you scaled it from 1 to 10. What you give it? My fault. Before I hear
On a
what you said.
scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a strong 9 out of 10.
You give it a 9. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. You give it a 9. All right.
Give it.
Cool. I'll listen to it. Then I listen to my boy react to it. Uh, front to back. First time hearing it. Then listen to it when my boy reacted to it. A second time hearing it. Uh, to me,
What?
um, And people might take this the wrong way because I'm going based off of all of his body of work. But for all of his body of work, I would say this is the Carter 6 of J. Cole.
That is crazy. Okay.
Yeah, this is the Carter 6 of J. Cole. Now, not saying that it wasn't good, but what I'm saying is KOTD or KOD or whatever and Forest Hill Drive, all killing this project. So if all your projects is cold and this one is the one, then I'm like, all right, cool, but those projects are better. That's why I'm saying that it's the Carter 6. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that it's trash at all. I can't say that it's
Right.
trash. No way, shape, or form. But I had to break it down in three different ways. First of all, lyrically, I had to rank it 12 out of 10. When he was
Mm.
rapping, I was like, this dude different. When he rap, I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
God. Ain't
Hmm.
nobody that can get on the
Yeah.
mic and just go crazy with him on the mic when it comes to
He's
rapping.
incredible, man. Purely.
And boy, I tell you, beat selection, he gave me Nas. The reason why he gave me Nas is because Nas don't pick
Yes.
dope beats. He don't pick dope beats for his projects. Also, I'm like, no, what are you doing? You got like 5 or 6, but you got like, J. Cole got like 5 or 6 untouchable bangers. Like, whoop, whoop, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Matter of fact,
But
I'm
the
glad you brought
beat,
that up.
but the beat
I'm going to the track.
selection, I'm like, ah. And me,
Yeah, I
J.
completely
Cole,
agree.
this your last joint? You went out like Drake. You sang too much. So no, you sang too much.
It's not his last album. It's not going to be his last album.
It
I
can't.
think
My thing is, it can't be because if it is, you went out losing. The scale to
the
1 to 10,
no,
I'm
the
not giving it. I'm giving this mug like a 6.5 or 7.
I'm gonna be
I'm not
honest
giving him
though.
nothing else
I'm
out of
gonna
that.
be honest though. At first, I was like, yeah, I felt that way when I was doing the reaction. I didn't let everybody know when I was doing the live about kind of like, I'm like, man, the singing, bro, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, bro, it's more rap, more rap. But then I started listening to it some more, and I just realized, I'm like, no, Cole low key. I'm not serious saying he's a great singer.
No.
No, by any stretch of means, I'm not serious saying none of that. But
Mm-mm.
what I liked about it was it reminds me of like this, right? When you, I had to remember, I'm thinking to myself, okay, for instance, Beezy, you sing, right?
I
And
call
you rap.
myself an R&B artist and a singer. J. Cole don't, so this don't
There you
count.
go. So the key word you just said was, well, for sure, right? But I'm saying the key word you just said there was artist. And I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, okay, I think he came into this album with the intent of like, okay, I'm a rap, I'm gonna do my little, harmonizing, singing, whatever thing, but I'm also going to go ahead and capitalize on just painting a picture of artistry. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, and it's going to. Like I said, I think people are. I said to myself, I said people are going to have mixed reviews about this whole entire album. I completely understand, and I get it. It reminds me of like, and it's funny how you brought up Nas because it reminds me of that one Nas album that Nas had did when he did the double disc.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he ended up doing Hip Hop Is Dead. I think that's when he started to like kind of not do more music around some. I forget how it all happened, but Nas for a while didn't put out any music
Right.
for
Uh-huh.
a
What's
good
up?
minute. My point is, I feel like Cole's gonna come back. I feel like Cole's gonna come back. I thought I'm gonna say it like this. 29 intro, thought it was a dope intro. Um, 2-6 again. It's one of those
Hold
tracks
on.
that
First of all, I ain't even done my take. Why are you talking? Anyways, back to me. I clearly said,
my apologies.
yeah, because you wilding. You going through a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't even get a chance to say everything I said.
You're right.
Like,
You're
no.
right.
6.5, 7 out of 10 is what I said. I think I'm leaning more towards 7 to 8. Reason being
I
is
like
I
that.
think the part that everybody is forgetting about is the first disc is when he was the mindset of 29 years old.
Yeah,
And then the
that's
second
what I
disc
believe
is
too.
when he was in the mind of 39 years old. So I
Yeah,
got that. But still, with all of that being said, we all clearly said Drake, rap. We done what you singing. Rap. We ain't gonna hold Cole. We can't say this not to Cole. We gotta say the same thing. Bro, we cool with the artistry. We know you can sing. We know you can do that. But if you saying this is on your way out, rap, bro. Do what you known for. You're not rapping. But when you rapping, we like, yo, that's a classic. That's a banger right out the gate. Banger, banger. Here you go singing. Now you singing the whole song. Now you singing, and I'm just like, all right, bro, you're singing too much. My opinion It's so many artists that could get features for you not to, now. Don't get it twisted. I think J.
Mm-hmm.
Cole could do an R&B album on his own because his vocals are
Mm-hmm.
fire. But this is what I'm saying. This is your go out. We want to hear you rap on everything. It's the same
Yeah.
thing we're gonna say on Drake. I want to hear you rap on everything. I don't want to hear no melodies. We're in a rap game right now. We in hip hop. We're not in artistry right now. We want to hear you rap. And if you're not rapping to us, we're not gonna give you that. We're not gonna give it. Like my dude that was listening, that he did his reaction. J. Cole is his favorite artist, and he's like, bro, he Cole that when 2-6 came on, I was like, oh my god, this album is about to be stupid. If this album is on this live, oh, it's a rap. But then he gave me another one, banger. Then he started singing, and I was like,
Thank you.
okay, all right. Then he gave me who the F you talking about or whatever, something like that. That was crazy. I was like, bro, that's another one. But when I'm listening to it, I'm listening to Forest Hill Drive. Banger, 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 banger. Like, I'm not saying that for none of this. I'm not saying it for none of it. But I'm saying lyrically, nobody. If he was proving a point from a lyrical standpoint, nobody's on his level. Nobody. Nobody was on his level when it comes to lyrically. My opinion. But when it came to the
Mm-hmm.
beat selection, he could have did better on the beat selection. And then when it came, but it was some songs that he picked that he was singing on that was fire. That I think people
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be like, nah, that ain't it. But I thought it was. I think it was one song on this one
Yeah,
when it was all singing, and I was like, yo, this joint is cold. Like this joint is
bro.
cold.
39 intro was incredible,
It
man.
was just cold. And I was like, bro, this is tough. But I was like, but I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for on the way out. I'm like, nope, this is what I'm looking for if
Completely
you got
understand.
more stuff to work. So I'm like,
Which is
yeah,
why,
no. I'm like, I can't
which
do
is
it.
why I don't believe this is his last album. I
I
don't
think
believe
it
this is his
is.
last album.
If you dedicate, if you're making songs about your girl and all of that, you're on your way out. This is the last thing that you're saying. This is if you do come back, it's not gonna come back with like, oh well, redemption for the last project. If
No,
if everybody thought that the album was fire, y'all wouldn't be telling them this is not his last album. Y'all would be cool and content if it was his last album. That's the problem. Everybody is saying he got to come out with another one. That's because this one didn't live up to the hype. If it lived up to the hype, y'all would not be saying this is not his last album. Y'all will let him leave with his last album. I said it to Larry, and I'm gonna say it when I do the reaction. The mixtape, the Blizzard, was better than the whole project. Those 4 songs was better than the whole
mm,
project. You fooled a
mm,
lot of people. You should have threw them songs on there. You fooled a lot of people because a lot of people thought that was the type of energy you was bringing. Now, when you say a body of work, one of the best body of work you ever put together.
yes,
Like that's a body of work. Yes, I give you that. That was a body of work. It gave you everything from
yes.
singing to rapping. But me personally, it was too much storytelling. Boy, rap, bro. You story told on every song dang near. I'm like, bro, you're doing too much. You got to feed everybody. You can't just feed the storyteller rappers. You got to feed everybody. And you're not feeding everybody because every song had a story. Now, salute to when you did the DMX joint, that was fire. The salute to joint when you was talking about Outkast and them, that was fire. The Common joint you did, fire. The Erykah Badu sample, or when she was singing in it, fire. I'm like, bro,
The song
you
where he,
was
where he
paying
talked about Biggie
homage.
and Tupac
That,
on the What If joint.
but that wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that was Biggie and Tupac. That was Cole talking to Kendrick of what could have happened if they would have went left. But he used that story. I'm glad you brought that up. This is the reason why people, and including myself now, will say that Cole's not better than Kendrick because Kendrick did it first. Why would you copy that? That's reincarnated. Why would you do that? Kendrick did it first. You know people was going to say that. Why did you do that? It was people in the comment section when my boys were reacting. They was like, Kendrick did it. We heard it already. We seen it already. Kendrick did that already. I'm like, why did you pull that trigger? And then the song before that, I felt it was Kendrick type as well. So I'm just like in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really looked at the classic work that Kendrick did,
Yeah,
and
Lover Again was the common reference. It wasn't about Kendrick.
what are you talking about, Kendrick? What you just say?
You said the song that came before it, or yeah, before
I
it
didn't say it was
was
about
about Kendrick.
Kendrick. I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about it being
Okay,
about Kendrick. I'm saying Kendrick's style, he already did that. Just like he
okay.
did reincarnated on What If. So that just automatically cut you completely off from being better than somebody that you took the idea. Like, why'd you take his idea? I don't understand why you did that. Now, maybe you used that and then put the story together and that was your way of an apology. It's pretty dope. But since we already seen it before, we're not impressed. Like, you did the Biggie and the Pac story. I'm like, bro, that's hard. But then also looking at it from deeper tints, you like, okay, this could have been what that would have been if I would have took shots at you. But instead, no. So he showed it's Cole on the East Coast, Kendrick in the West Coast. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. I'm like, yo, that's fire. But I'm like, Kendrick did it first. And everybody in the comment section was just like, yeah, Kendrick did it first. It's fire, but Kendrick did it. I was like, you lose points for that. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't fix that. Your creative mind, the way that you write, the way that you get down, there was no way that you needed to have to go do something that Kendrick did to get your point across. That was reincarnated 2.0. And I was like, come on, Cole. You rap too good to have to use what Kendrick's idea would have been. That just tarnished the situation, especially when you're saying you're the best ever. I'm like, I get it. Lyrically, I got you. But then when I heard that, I was like, nah, bro. Nah, bro.
I loved it. Okay.
Kendrick still hold the crown. Kendrick still got it. Because Kendrick ain't
Sure.
steal your style whatsoever. He ain't steal your style at all.
Okay.
Kendrick was Kendrick the whole way. So I was like, I'm gonna listen to it again and again because that stuff grow on you with age. I think everybody's not gonna say that it's a bad project except for Larry. Larry's gonna say it, but I'll let him speak on it because this cat Larry wouldn't even listen to the whole project. But I'll
He
let
doesn't
him
even listen
explain.
to anything. He
I'll
doesn't even watch anything. He barely even watches freaking Raw SmackDown. He
I'll
barely
let
ever
him.
cares.
But he was
Let alone
disappointed.
pay-per-views.
He was disappointed because it was hyped up to
Ooh.
the situation. I was disappointed, but I listened to the whole thing because I was like, I want to react to it. But I was like, no, this ain't. And this is what I said last week. I was like, not Kendrick, J. Cole keeps saying this is my year's worth of work. I was like, stop saying that and just drop the product. Because when it's not that, people are going to be upset. I remember when I first rapped in Pittsburgh, and when I grabbed the microphone, I was like, yo, y'all want to hear bars? Because everybody out here been rapping. Y'all want to hear some bars? I'm the only one with the bars out here. And they was like, okay. Everybody came up to the joint and was like, okay, well, you saying you got the bars. We about to pull up and listen. You better live up to the hype. I came in there and put the bars down on it. Everything was crazy. They was like, that wasn't enough.
Wow.
Reason being because I told them what it was gonna be. If I would have never told them and if I was just rapped, they'd have been like, oh yeah, that dude cooking. His bars is crazy. But since I said, if y'all want to hear bars, whatever, now they're specifically looking for them. And if it's not there, they're gonna be like, no, that ain't it. And
Hmm.
that's what it was with this. It was like, oh, this is my body of work for the last 10 years. Just I'm like, okay, you hyping this better land. This better land. And for it to not land, it's like, bro, how do I get in here?
You can just drop me off right here. Thank you, sir.
All right, yep, have a good one. Yeah, but it did. I think the hype.
It landed for me.
I think it. But this is why it landed for you. You're a J Cole fan. This is people who are
No,
listening to it.
it's not even just that.
It
No,
has
it's not
to
even
be
just
just
that.
that because
No,
well,
no, no,
okay.
it's not. No, it's not.
So why are you the only one
It's
saying
not.
it? And if everybody else on the internet is
No,
like, that's not it.
because well, for one, when you it's like this. If you're listening to an album and you have high expectations coming to the album, or say, for instance, you come into the album and you're going off your first listen, right? And usually the first listen gives you the opportunity to go ahead and critique it. Oh, do I like this album? Do I not love this album? Boom, boom, boom. And I know this to be said about him and Kendrick. A lot of times with their albums, you gotta live like Loki said with them. But then again, that's just me pointing out stuff that don't really matter as far as anything else. But anyways, what I can say is, from a listening standpoint, I was able to appreciate what he did on the album. And then on top of that, the more I got a chance to listen to it, because I listened to it all the way throughout while doing the album reactions that I did last night, I said to myself, low key, like he's not. I say at least maybe one or two songs that I felt like had missed me, but for the most part, like I enjoyed it.
You're a J.
I really
Cole
think
fan,
so.
bro. You would say that.
No, it's not about being a fan. Like,
Bro,
if I didn't really enjoy it, I would tell you right now on this phone, bro. I didn't like the way that production sound. I didn't like the way he sung that hook. I thought he sounded silly on this. Blah 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 blah. I will be honest with you,
you're a
completely.
J. Cole fan, Josiah.
All right, bro. All right, bro.
We got people online that are J.
All right,
Cole
bro.
fan. And this is my thing. This is the reason why what you're saying is not legit because you said this is not
Okay.
his last album. Why didn't you be cool with the content with the last album? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say it?
Because the reason why I said it is because I got this feeling. I could
No,
be wrong.
no. You definitely could be wrong. If he's saying that this is the last
Right.
project, bro, if he's saying that this is the last project
Because
potentially, why are you saying
because
you could have clearly said this album is good enough and just be done?
right.
Why didn't you say it was 10 out of 10?
Because because I'm sitting here saying, okay, here's what I'm trying to get at. If this is his last album, okay, I still consider Forest Hills Drive to be a classic.
Mm.
KLD to be a classic. For y'all going to be a classic, right? The reason why I say I don't know with this album is because I'm like, you mentioned him not too long ago. You mentioned Nas. It gives me that Nas album kind of like I forget what's the name of that album that Nas put out.
No, I'm talking
It,
about Nas period as far as production.
no, I
He didn't
completely
hit.
understand. Completely understand. But I'm talking about like when Nas did the double disc album. I'm trying to remember what was the title of the album. But anyways, he did a double disc album, and I think he went away for about quite a bit, but then came back with some more music. I don't. If J. Cole really is, I don't see where he would go. I'm just be perfectly honest with you. I don't see where he would go. But in terms of this being his album, being double this album, I can understand a lot of people. Again, a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. A lot of people are saying, I wouldn't call it his worst. I wouldn't sit here and say it's his worst, but I don't know. People gonna probably say that right about now. So it
Yeah,
is what it is.
KOTD is better than this project. Forest Hill Drive is better than this project. And they can't nobody debate it and say that it's
Scale
not.
D, scale D. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than this project.
Okay.
You can't say that?
Can I say that? Yes.
Yeah. Okay then. So if you can say that, can you say that same thing with Forest Hill Drive?
Absolutely.
Okay, keep going on J. Cole's projects and list and be like, yo, is those projects better? And if that's
I
the
can.
case,
If
it
you
is the
wanted me to
Carter
do
Six.
a full on ranking of his albums, I could. I could give you that to you probably
That's the reason why, and that's why
probably
I said what
in a
I
minute.
said. That's why I said what I said. I said
Yeah,
this is not a bad shot. Why I'm saying that it's the Carter Six of J. Cole. I'm just saying this is not the best work that he's put out.
I got you.
But when he dropped Forest Hill Drive, he didn't say, I've been working on this project for years. He didn't say that. That's the problem. When you rank your own project and then drop it, and everybody's saying it's not that, you can't say that. That's why you just drop. If J. Cole would have just dropped this project without saying this was years of work, everybody would have probably said it was a classic. They would have ranked it as 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. But since he put it at a high rank, you better live up to the high rank. And since you didn't live up to the high rank like that, because if you're saying, this is my thing, not saying that he didn't live up to the high rank, but you said you was working on this. So since you said you was working on this, I'm expecting it to be better than Forest Hill Drive. I'm expecting it to be better than KOD. I'm expecting it because you didn't hype those like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So since it didn't live up to that, that's why people were saying, well, he got to drop another one. Why? This one, y'all saying that this one is dope. So why does he got to drop another one? Because it's not his best work.
No, I didn't say he got to drop another one because of the album just being. I'm saying I have a feeling he might be able to drop another one. Not because he's like, oh, okay, this album wasn't it, boom, boom, this and that, third. No, if this is his last album, cool. I'm saying I got this somewhat funny feeling that he's probably gonna put out some more music when it's all said and done. Eventually, I don't think it's gonna be later this year. I'll tell you this much. JID did an interview, and he did say something along the lines that him and Cole are working on a mixtape. So he said something about him and Cole doing a bywork, so which could be this year. Not necessarily a J. Cole album, but more so like something he's gonna be doing with his artists for his label. Now, besides that, J. Cole, I don't know if he's gonna do any features. He might not have to do any features, which is fine by me. It doesn't matter. But my point is, I don't know how, like, because I don't know if you believe this reality. I don't believe as a rapper you can truly ever retire like that.
I don't
Like
think J. Cole's retiring at all. I just don't think he's putting
right.
out another album. Not putting out another album don't mean he don't rap.
Oh, I got you. I
Yeah, he's
got
still
you.
gonna rap.
I got you.
If Wayne call him, there's your feature. Future calls him, there's your feature. He's gonna get on tracks, but I'm talking about putting on a full body of work again. He's probably not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But that don't eliminate you from being a part of the rap game if you still dropping features. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna be gone. But what I'm saying is if that's your last body of work, there were people that were saying, even you said it in the video that we made. I'm expecting this to be better than Forest Hill Drive.
I said it.
We had that recorded when we was talking about it.
Wow. That's crazy.
We was talking about it. We think we're hoping that this is better than all the projects. The way he's hyping this up, because remember I said it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm looking forward to it because of the fact that he put a title on it. And then I was like, yo, he did that to the last project too. And you was like, no, I think he only did it on this one. And I had to go look. And was like, oh, you right. He only was talking about this one. So I was like, yeah, this the one. So when we heard the samples, the snippets that was on there, we was like, man, this might be it. This might be this might be the end all. This is fire. And we hyped it. And no.
It's like coming across a movie trailer and you see the movie trailer for the very first time. You're like, bruh, I gotta go see that movie. I gotta go see that movie in the theaters. Boom, boom. And then you go see a movie in theaters and you come alive.
Yep, and the reason why the reason I said that for Batman vs Superman. When they came out with the trailer, when they came out for Batman vs Superman, I was like, this is everything. And when I went to the movies, the trailer part was the best part of the movie. And everything else was dead. I was like, oh no, this is terrible. I left my whole Batman vs Superman hat at the theater. It was like, I don't even want to take this home. I'm done.
I hated Batman. I hated the Batman suit. I hated the fight sequence between him and Superman. I just did not like the direction they went.
It was terrible.
It was
terrible.
I could not stand it. And they were trying to make it seem like, okay, so if you bring out the kryptonite, I'm thinking to myself like, we barely even got a fight between Batman and Superman. We could have got
that fight was like, terrible.
I was like, bruh, like that hurt my soul. Me and my bro and my brother's pops, bro, went to go see that, man. We was like thrown down, and then Superman allegedly died.
Yeah,
I said, okay,
disgusted. Disgusted. I was disgusted when I seen that movie.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not disgusted for this project.
Though I thought he's pretty good. I thought he's pretty good in terms of his acting.
What you talking about?
The actor who played the young Lex Luthor kind of like character. I thought his acting was
on the Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
yeah.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He came across like he was a real threat, but
yeah,
obviously, the film was it was rough.
Yeah, it was. Now I'm not saying. I'm not like. Let's be clear. I'm not putting that on the same level as the Cole. The Cole. Like no, it wasn't like that. Like no, because that Batman Superman is way worse than what Cole did. I'm saying that body of work that Cole put together was immaculate, stupendous. I was like, yo, this is fire. But I don't think it's better than none of those projects that he put out.
No, for sure. I think this is what I've come to understand, right? When it comes to these artists and when it comes to these rappers and when it comes to their bodies of work and everybody putting out their stuff, people have I've heard people say on social media or even on YouTube, obviously, and whatnot, people say Kendrick Lamar's worst album was Mr. Murray and the Big Steppers. And me and you and Rail love Mr.
Exactly. So yeah,
we love that album.
Right.
From top to freaking bottom. And that was as a matter of fact, that was Kendrick's. If I had Drake did the first one, he was the first one to do double disc. If I'm not mistaken, Drake was the first one to do double disc when it came to his albums. He did that with Scorpion. You remember Scorpion?
I couldn't stand that project though.
I know.
I think it was because it had too many tracks on it. I think that's why.
Same way. I feel the same way. Because, and it's funny that you mentioned about the singing part because it's coming to me. Drake did the same thing. He did. Like half of his records was rap, and then the other half was just him trying to
that's what I was.
When I was like, awesome. I said, okay, Drake.
That's why I was disappointed in Cole, because I was like, bro, you trying to let us know that Drake's on the way or something?
But I had that Don't Match Me with Michael Jackson was hard. I like the After Dark with him and Stagnature and freaking Ty Dolla song. That song's hard, bro.
You talking about Drake?
That joint?
Oh yeah.
That was crazy, right? It was hard. I ain't gonna lie. But and then Drake, I think he kind of like brought back to the fold with his rapping with March 19 and the last Final, I think Final Fantasy and whatnot. But anyways,
Why would you
but
do that?
when it came to Mr. Morale and the Big Snappers, okay, all right, here's how I'm gonna put Mr. Morale in the Big Snappers. I'm gonna put this album at number 2. I'm putting Drake at last. Mr. Morale, Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was the best double disc album out of the 3.
Yeah.
Out of the 3. And the main reason why I give Kendrick more of the credit, and people are going to be like, bro, you ain't putting Cole on high, is because of what BD just said. It was Kendrick didn't do, as a matter of fact, I don't think Kendrick even sung on the album. I don't
No.
think he re-sung.
No, he
If
rapped the
anything,
whole time.
yeah, he rapped the whole time, but he was telling stories. He was changing certain voices. He may have sounded
Oh
a
yeah,
little
yeah, of course.
at times. But
Yeah.
that's Kendrick Lamar though. Like that's what we know him.
That's
to.
what he
Like
know him. Yeah, that's
he
what he known
plays
for.
with voices all the time. So if anything, Kendrick still did it masterfully done. Like he did very, very well. And the whole purpose of Mr. Around the Big Steppers was talking about him going through therapy. And how for a time he didn't want to go no dang on freaking therapy. He told his girlfriend, right, I ain't trying to go no dang on therapy. He's a real homie, don't have to go no therapy. But he
Yeah.
needed it because what was revealed about Kendrick was trauma, sexual abuse, allegedly. Him, using that, that lust, to get away from to
Right.
hide from his pain of losing his homies in Compton, blah, 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 blah. So people don't really understand that album. People have said that album was by far his worst album because of how badly it did in the sales and the production, blah blah blah. I'm like, y'all were tripping.
Right.
Like this album was incredible. Cause here's my thing about it, right? When it comes to music, I love to really listen to what's being told to me. And to me, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, to me, in my opinion, are the
Storytellers
main
for sure.
artists that I'll listen to and I'll go. They're not just giving you albums you want to enjoy for the sake of just bars and things of that nature alone. They want to give you like records that you can just go back and listen to. So I know Cole's intent for this whole entire album was going to be the way it was going to be, and even including the storytelling. I don't think he necessarily was trying to copy Kendrick when it came to What If. I did say it did give me the reincarnated vibes for sure. But I think he may have already had that record like in the bag for a while. Now to compare that to him being, I don't know who would be the Cole or Kendrick in this regard. Will Pop be the Kendrick and Cole's like the Biggie? I don't know.
Kendrick would be the Pac because he's in the West Coast.
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. So with him going to that direction, I think that may have been subliminal for sure for that.
That was creative though.
But it was very creative,
Very.
well done.
And call the song "What If." That's cold.
Yeah, bro.
That's cold because I'm like, bro, it could have
That's
went left if we would have went back and
yeah.
forth. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying that. He was like, yeah, pretty
And shout
much.
out to Moray. Moray's actually the feature on that song. Speaking of which, man, what was your favorite feature on the album? I thought Feature killed it, bro.
Oh, wait till you hear what Larry got to say about that.
Oh, he didn't like it?
Heck no. Wait till you hear it.
Bro, I loved
He
it.
said,
I
boy,
loved it.
you wasted his time.
I loved it. No, I completely
Larry
disagree.
was
I
upset. That's what he
completely
called me
disagree.
for.
I completely disagree.
He was like, yo, that's great. Who was
But
the shorty that sung after that?
Tim's?
That's the girl?
Yeah, Tim's the girl.
Yeah, she's cold. I rock with
Yeah.
her. Future's part I wasn't too much of a fan of. But when she
was
started
on
singing, I was like, yo, she's cold. Whoever this is.
Bunch Roll Blues. Bunch Roll Blues is the record. Bunch Roll
Yeah,
Blues.
she's tough.
But nah, I completely disagree with Larry over Future, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he hated it.
Thought,
I ain't like it either, but I ain't hate it. He hated it.
It's
He was
understandable.
like, no. Why would you waste
Can I tell you
Future?
why?
Why would you waste Future's feature? That's ridiculous. And put him on
why.
something that he's not. It was so
I
funny.
can definitely tell you why I loved it. I can definitely tell you why I loved it. The reason I loved it, right, was because when it said Feature on the Future track, before I even played the track itself, I said to myself, okay, how is Future going to come onto his record? Boom, boom, boom. It's not, how he going to say what he going to say? Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
When he came in with that, dun, 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 dun. I said to myself, wait a minute, wait a minute. I said, first of all, I did not expect him to come into that energy and to that tone. But something about it, I can't begin to like put a word on it to a degree. Something about it just made me go, I love this because it's different. I do. I'm being completely honest right now. It was creative. It was a creative way of him to utilize feature. I don't think it was so much of I'm a co-guy in ear was like, yo, I want you to do this, and I want you to do that, and I want you to do this, and I want you to do. I don't think it was much about any of that. I just think Coleman gave him a tip to a degree, and Future said, okay, all right, got you. And to me, Future showed that I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. The last few years lately, I've not been a Future fan. Just be honest with you, bro.
He ain't
I've
dropped
not
nothing in
been
the
rocking
last
with
few, right?
Future. No, he has been dropping some music, but his music to me has been it's been watered down. It's not the same Future. I know Future when he was like really hitting you with stuff that was like dope for real. In terms of like how he did music, obviously he wasn't no conscious. I'm gonna give you some great substance type of artist, no, but he was creative nonetheless. When he came on that record and said what he said, I said to myself, like, I love it. I love the passion. I love the energy. I love the production that was surrounding him in the background. I thought it was dope. I seriously do. I'm not. This is not me joking. This is not me. Oh, just like your ears need to be rewired. No, to me, Future Future showed me a different side of him that I didn't even like low key like expect. And so, in that regard, I always love when artists
Have
can
a good
challenge
one.
themselves too. That's another thing for me.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself. BZ, you challenge yourself a lot. I can tell that. I can tell by each and every time I'm listening to you, you are challenging yourself every single time.
All right.
And to me, that's dope because and it's very important for rappers and for you to showcase your growth throughout all your body's work. That's why when you told me, hey, yo, Josiah, you need to record this, boom, boom, bet. I listened to All Black Everything. That record is incredible. I don't know if you've seen my have you seen my reaction on that
Of
yet,
course.
bro?
I'm
Bro,
gonna go and clip it up with my with that clip thing.
thank you, bro.
Yeah, I heard
Because
that one and the other one. And the other one. I was like, yeah, this is a
yeah,
hard reaction
and I
right
was
here.
serious. Like, bro, everything about me in that reaction is absolutely genuine, bro. Like, I'm just saying it. When I said that beat remind me of Just Blaze,
Oh yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like
Yeah.
this gives me like those Jay-Z kind of like back in the day vibes, but like the soulful hip hop joints. I love stuff like that too. That, to me, that's what people don't want to hear and rap nowadays. People are like, no, let's hear trap, let's hear Detroit, let's hear blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, to me, that's the true essence of hip hop. I'm sorry, I fight me for that.
All right, how
I,
you
I
doing?
think I think when you're doing rap that way, to me, that's what I much rather prefer and much rather love to listen to the most because it's just nostalgic. It places a value of like um just great replay value. You see what I'm saying? All Black
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to me that record has replay value.
Yeah.
I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm still the man around here.
Yeah, that catchy.
Replay value.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Replay value. You remind me. Replay value.
Yeah, for sure. Replay.
Right
That
there.
you remind me, people going crazy on that. They
She
like,
the
bro, you
goat.
need to the video. Yeah, that's the go. Replay value. I'm
Replay
super
value.
slept on. I'm super slept on. My opinion.
I completely agree.
It's slept
But
on
but but
because it
see,
came in cheesy,
and
but it
you
was like, bro.
and Beezy, remind me, you was criticized over that joint. You know,
Yeah,
the
remember? Yeah, that
logo,
was the one. That was the one
right?
that I played in.
But
That I
that's
played at the TikTok with old boy. He was like, "Oh no, don't bring that
yeah,
cheesy, ludicrous. This get that out of here."
right,
Yep.
right. But guess what? That was still you being able to say, I'm gonna challenge myself and being different, regardless if
Yeah.
people love it or hate it.
Yeah.
You didn't take it personal. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
not at
I,
all.
I, I strongly believe Cole's not taking this personal based on how people are receiving the album so far. I
Oh no,
guarantee
no,
he's talking
definitely not.
to myself like understanding it. Now Lil Wayne, uh, comparing it to the Card Six. Let's talk about that for a second. Hold on, let's compare. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second.
Wait till
Let's talk
I
about that.
can't wait till Larry call because Larry was saying
That's
some stuff
fine.
that was crazy. Oh, he'll never be better than Wayne. I'll give Wayne. I'll give the Carter Four a pass. I'm like, all right, but he'll never. I'm like, bro, I'm
The
not.
Carter Four.
No, he gave the Carter Six a pass. But all the other
Okay.
Carters, but I was like, oh, well, I can't wait till you talk to
I
Josiah.
will.
I was like,
I
I can't wait. That's gonna be a
I would rather.
fire
I'm gonna
conversation.
say this right now before Larry even gets onto this thing. I would rather listen to the fall off front to back throughout the whole day than the car six.
Oh yeah, facts.
In one day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I would not bump Wayne
At
on
all.
Carter Six in a whip. I would not bump it at a live event. I would not bump it at a freaking club. If I was to
I'm in
go to a damn
agreement.
club, I'm
I'm
not
in
playing none of
agreement.
that stuff anywhere near me. I
I'm
might
in
play a
agreement.
couple of joints, a couple of tracks. You got me for a couple of tracks. That's it. In
I'm in
terms of a
agreement.
whole body of work, I'm cool.
No, yeah.
I'm cool. Talking about you don't give that car a pass. Shame on you.
Yeah,
Shame
but
on you.
he was
I
like,
have to
yeah,
remember. But I
I
have to
give Wayne.
remember.
What he say? He said I gave Wayne a pass because I mean
But I have.
Wayne has done so much in the game already. He said the great
Yeah.
he don't have to do nothing crazy like that.
Oh, he don't
Colby,
have to do nothing crazy.
yeah.
Oh, Lord.
He said Cole has
Oh,
not done enough
interesting.
to be saying to be doing
But
dropping a
but
project
we
like
made
this.
but this is the same person that said Wish Homie Quan's album was better than Kendrick Lamar's
Yeah, he
album.
did say that. He did
And
say
the
that.
album didn't and correct me if I'm
I'm
wrong,
glad you
Larry,
said
before
that.
you get on here, before you get did Wish Homie Quan get nominated for a Grammy?
Heck no. I
Does he have
remember.
27 award wins?
Yeah,
Because I could have sworn GNS just won
yeah,
best rap album this past weekend, didn't
yeah,
it?
it did.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
But you're right
That's
though.
funny.
Everything about what you're saying is absolutely completely valid though. You should get brownie points. I'm gonna give
That's
you a
hilarious. I
you're right.
forgot he said that. I got to go back
Yeah,
and listen to that conversation. I know Rail listen to
yeah.
that episode
Wish
all the
Me
time.
Quan's album was way better than Kendrick Lamar's.
Yeah, he was
All
tripping.
because people was knocking Lil Wayne so bad, and to the point where I had to say, Kendrick Lamar, thank God you got the Super Bowl over Wayne.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh man.
completely agree. Could you imagine if Wayne was on there
I gotta
and we
watch that
got like
episode
those
again.
hits and the Hot Boys and blah 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 blah?
Yeah, I gotta watch that episode again. That was one of the funniest episodes ever. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That episode
I
is
love that.
crazy.
Bro, Kendrick
Rail
Lamar
listens to
Echelon,
that episode
that's a
faithfully.
classic, bro.
Rail listens
We had classic on that one.
Rail listens to that episode faithfully. He
Yeah, I
said we
believe it.
was. I was like, me and Josiah was bombing on Wayne, but Wayne didn't have a chance. He could not
No, he
live with that.
didn't. That's the difference. If
Yeah.
J. Cole's album was so bad, BZ, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm a Cole fan. Still, I'm gonna be a Cole fan. If it was really that bad, I would be on here agreeing with everything you just said. But I understood why Cole did what he did, and I
Hmm.
understand, and I like the way he did it. Sometimes it takes another. It's almost like this. This is a weird comparison, but like think about it like this. Because you got brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah.
How many sisters do you have?
One.
One sister?
Hmm.
Okay. Let's compare your sister to your mother right quick. I'm not trying to be personal
Okay.
or disrespectful.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to get at is who has more of an influence of telling you what to do? Your mother or your sister?
My mom.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
Right. But if your mother was to tell you something that was right to do, and your sister's telling you something that's right to do, but you know deep down inside is wrong, who you gonna listen to the most?
Hold
It
on.
sounds
That's
obvious from the picture.
it do it do
It
sound
sounds
like
very obvious.
you sound like okay with my mom, but I'm like, but no, if a sister could actually be like, yo, I could listen to my sister on this one.
Right. And
Yeah.
your sister could be probably feeling the same exact way. It's not even trying to be like on some rebellion type shit. It
Right.
could be to be like, Mom, you not understand why we're going about it this way. We have a reason to justify this.
Right.
Right? My point that I'm trying to get at is it takes a certain person to influence you over the other person, allegedly.
Right.
J. Cole's not Drake.
Mm-mm.
And you also gotta understand part of the reason why I'm also giving Cole a pass, and I know this again, yes, from a fan standpoint and from a bias standpoint to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole did he did a podcast called Inedible. Have you listened to it? It's incredible, bro.
No.
It's really, really good. Oh, it's good. It's so good. But anyways,
Have a
he
good
talked
one.
about
All
his
right.
come up.
You too. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Hey, bro.
He talked about his come up and his rise and everything else that led up to where he was going to go, right?
Yeah.
And he talked about like his beginnings and how it was back in the beginning to when he started doing his mixtapes, and then he got signed to Jay-Z and all that stuff. And trust me, he has some choice words to say about Jay-Z. He loves Jay-Z, but they've had tumultuous relationship for sure. But he talk about like how around the time when Drake came out, he said people don't understand, but like Drake was low key changing the game. He said when they was doing mixtapes and things like that, putting out there like through that Piff, he said
Yeah.
Drake was one of the first artists that came out and was like, I'm gonna do hip hop and R and sing, but also do it kind of like in a way where you're like, how can this dude do that and sound so freaking good at doing it too,
At both
right?
sides. Yeah.
So J. Cole understood, and then it wasn't just Drake. He started understanding that it was there was some lane where rappers were starting to sound a lot more melodic and
Mm-hmm.
started to get into that pattern. So he understood if I'm going to evolve as an artist, I'm gonna have to do something that's similar towards that. You know what I mean? And also taking that trend. So he don't, obviously get left off on the shuffle. So when he does his singing aspect on the album, I understand why he's doing it. I don't see, but that now with that being said, again, I will say and I will admit this right now. In the middle of me doing the album, I said to myself, I'm like, "Oh, I like this. This is not bad. You're not horrible. You're not bad.
At all.
You're the worst I've ever heard. I'll put you that
Yeah,
way.
he got.
But I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
know he
lie.
could
There were
sing
times
like
I was
that.
like, "Bruh, Cole, go back to rap. Can we rap, please? Can you just borrow up for a second, bro? Like, can you just blah 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 blah." I will admit that 1,000%. I'm with you with that, BZ. But at the same time, I respect the artistry. I love story. You know me. I love storytelling. I love storytelling when it's done right. And um, I love his introspection. I love and he came on some records, bro. There was that one line where he talked about the girl. He said, bro, I left her he said I left my kids in her mouth like daycare. I said, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's a battle
Oh
rap
my
line. I heard that
gosh.
before. Now, I mean, from battle rappers.
You have?
Yeah, battle rappers have said that before. I'm not saying he got
Oh,
that.
okay,
I'm
got
not
you.
saying he
Okay.
got that from them at all. I'm not saying that.
Got you.
But I'm saying like I heard a bar like that before.
Yeah, I was bad, but that's my first time actually hearing a bar like that. I was like, bro, I'm like, dang, like this dude is crazy.
Oh yeah, there was a
But
man. I didn't heard battle rappers say, "I'm busting your ear so you can hear me coming." I didn't heard bust on your eyes so you can watch my
that's
kids.
insane.
Yeah, bust on your eyes so you can watch my kids. I didn't heard that. I didn't heard all that. So I'm like, yeah,
Insane.
that's crazy. Like, yo, that's
That's
insane for you to
insane.
say that.
Yeah, bro, man. I
Oh my
thought Fourth Game was
goodness.
fire. I thought the way he did Legacy was dope. Let me see. Who the FSU was dope. I
Yo,
like
that
that.
that who the F is you is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And then when the beat changed, I said, this boy is on one.
Yes, yeah. and
I
and
was
and and,
like,
and, uh, and
ooh.
Larry, listen to this closely. I love Run a Train featuring Feature. I love the I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he
you know what I'm saying?
hated
Fight me
it.
over there, please. You know where I live. You know where I stay. Fight me over there.
He hated it.
Anyways, I don't care. So, let me see. Bombs in the Ville hit the gas. I thought that was dope. Let me see. 39 intro was an incredible way of kicking off the second half of the album. I thought that was dope.
I even
There was
like the first half. I even like the intro for the first half.
yeah, first thing was dope.
When it sounded,
Yeah,
and then the gun stopped, bow, bow, bow. Two
yeah. I
six
was like,
niggas is crazy.
whoa.
2 6 niggas is 2 6. I'm like, oh my god, this is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he was
yeah,
cooking.
bro.
He
The
was
fall
cooking.
off is inevitable was fire.
He was
Where he
cooking,
talked about the song we talked about being like going in reverse. I love that record.
man. Oh
Um,
yeah, that's the ain't that the joint that he already had the video for? Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yup,
drops crazy. That's on disc too.
yup.
Yep. But yeah,
So
man, the
jealous.
joints when he was talking about his girl for like 3 tracks, man, I was like, bro, I can relate to this. That was cold.
Yeah.
I
See,
was like,
see,
that was cold,
and
boy.
that's the reason why Cole, unlike Drake, now contrary to popular belief, shout out to my guy, shout out to Rail, shout out to Rail. We didn't think
Shout
about
out to
Rail.
Rail.
Rail is like I relate to Drake. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I don't like nothing Drake says about women whatsoever. But Cole, I not saying here say I can relate, but I can understand where Cole comes off a lot more regular. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Like just
His
regular, like not
his stories is like movies, bro. He can break it all the way
yeah.
down and you can understand everything he talk about.
Literally, bro. Old Dog. I thought Old Dog with P
Oh,
Pablo,
that was pretty cool. Yeah,
bruh.
that take your shirt off,
Cole
twist it around your
smash
head. That
that beat was
was
fire.
tough. Oh yeah.
That beat was
It
fire,
was,
bro.
yeah, yeah. Old Dog was cold. That
That
was
was
one of my
fire, bro.
favorites. Old Dog was one of my favorites.
Yes, sir. Then
He
he
put,
came with the singing tracks where he did the whatchamacallit, the life sentence. You know what I'm saying? That was talking about him and his wife, how he got with his wife, things like that. I was like, okay, that's dope. Only You with Burn Boy was cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Um, Man Up Above when he did the Marvin Sapp sample never would have made it. And then, but that
People
hook
hated that
that
joint. I don't know why.
people hated it.
I
I
didn't. I
love.
didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't. I didn't. Oh, yo, that's crazy. I didn't get that. I didn't. I
I
didn't
thought
get.
it
I
was
didn't
catchy.
say that. But the never would have hated. I think the sample was dope. I think the Marvin
Yeah,
Sapp, all that. I think it was dope.
whole lot of O's getting sold on the block. Don't go outside a lot and try to get popped. So
Yeah.
that's why we always got
Yeah.
one at the spot. We run it at the spot. We run it. That was hard, bro. I don't care what
Yeah.
nobody say. That was
Yeah.
nice, man. I like the way he did it. I like the way he flowed on there. The simple choice was kind of just somewhat a little bit out of place, but then again, I'm like, hey, J. Cole simply on gospel artist. I never thought I was I see the freaking day, so I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty dope. I love her again. The common joint, reference, but he sampled the light by Common, and then went with I love her again, talking about like hip hop and in a different light compared to how Common did his. So I thought that
Yeah.
was dope. So paying homage to Common, showing some love there. The What If, with featuring Moraine, which is about Biggie Pac, and then but also you can
Yeah.
co-align that for Tim and Kendrick. I thought that was dope.
That's the
The
create.
quick,
Yeah. The creative writing juices that this man
yes,
did was through the roof, bro. I
yes,
ain't gonna lie. Like it
yes,
was his writing and the way he rapped, bro. When he started rapping, I was like, man, bro, who's doing this?
yep,
He was punching, punching, punching. The aggressive, the way he was sliding on the beats was just like, oh, I was like, bro, this dude is cold, bro. What's cold, man? It was just I just hate some of the beats I hated. I was just like, why are you rapping on this beat though? You could have did this on that. But I think you know what?
yeah,
You know what? This is my thing. Hold on. Let me I gotta send this real quick. But
okay,
my thing is
hmm
I think what we all been polluted with in the industry, and I don't
hmm
know who to blame, to be honest. But
yeah,
oh shoot, hold on one second. Where's it at? No, yeah, I would do that one. But yeah, but I think what we've been polluted, and I think this is deeper than rap. I think what
hmm
the rappers like the J. Cole's of the world, the Kendrick Lamar, the Andre 3000, the Jay Z's, the Nas, the Jadas, the all of them
hmm
rappers. Hold on, let me get this pen real quick. Yeah, what's the pen? All right, all right, yeah, all right, yeah. Now, what I think that we're not. Dang, that car is flying. I think what we're not paying attention to. I think what we're not paying attention to is the fact that when Jay Z, Jada, Andre, J Cole, all them, when they sat in the back seat for a little bit, the new era of rap came, and when the new
yeah,
era of rap came, it forced us to listen to them for a long period of time
yes,
instead of them continuing. So since they didn't continue, it caused us. Okay, I can go down there and turn around. It caused us to not. It caused us to. We lost our way because used to listening to Jada Kids, used to listening to Nas, Jay Z, and all that with the real storytelling and all that stuff. They were gone for so long that when we came back, that
mm,
became a requirement. They became the new era. So now when you listen to people who like, oh, well, I don't like the J. Cole album, it's because they got caught in that loop. They got used to the
yes,
schoolboy cues. They got used to all these new rappers that don't rap like the real lyricists. So now when the real lyricists people come back, they're like, I don't want to hear that. Go back to this because they stayed away too long. That's what it
yes,
was. They didn't have nobody continuously dropping good product for we not to forget what hip hop was. We let the new era come
absolutely,
in and change the whole hip hop mindset. So when you come
right.
in, it's like you either got to blend with them or you got to rap like them because they done took your spot. And I'm like, nah. And
I think I,
that's
I
why
think
when
it's
people
like this.
listen now,
I completely agree. I
yeah,
completely agree with that assessment. I think also to add on to that, I think what it comes down to is like this mixtapes have become heavy. Mixtapes got to the point where they were very heavy, and when a first and when a fan becomes like aware of who you are and they listen to you off the mixtapes, they're like, bruh, the mixtapes were dope. Like you shouted like this and you was coming off like that and blah
yeah,
blah blah blah. But by the time they get to the album, they're like,
It's different
no,
because
but that's what
mixtapes and albums
mixtape.
are different bottoms of work.
And I
Mixtapes
keep
and
trying to
albums
tell
are
people
different
all the
bodies of
time,
work.
like mixtape is like a showcase. It's like more of
Yeah,
like
it's like you don't care.
showcase. Yeah, it's like a performance. It's like if I had to compare it to, I'll compare a mixtape to like when rap shows do like the judging of like artists who trying to win the rap game and they get signed to the label.
Yeah,
I compare Mrs. to that. Like they're the kind of works that you put forth, and if they go and if they do very very well, then you'll have a launching pad. J. Cole's mixtapes, I think the come up was dope. I think come up had a decent following. He did a warm up that had a decent following. But
right.
when he brought out Friday Night Lights, J. Cole said one time he said he went out to a show to perform. He said by the time he came out, the crowd was like, oh, they were cheering like crazy.
Yeah,
And he didn't expect none of that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't expect nobody to be like, blah, blah, blah. Like, who is this dude? But he
right,
had built a great following that was just like, okay, Cole, we got to see what you're going to do, like next.
right.
So and Drake did the same, and Kendrick Lamar did the same. Matter of fact, Kendrick Lamar did mixtapes longer than Cole and Drake ever did. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
be honest. The reason why Kendrick Lamar is low key one of them, that man was putting in work that one way. I mean, he put in work
right.
for real. So by the time Kendrick got signed to TDE, well, he was already signed to TDE. But my point is, once he started to really like step out, it was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. As a matter of fact, in TDE, J Rock was the artist that Lil was got him on a record, and that's when they finally knew they had somewhat made it because TDE for a while was very independent, very underground. They weren't like massive for real yet. So, but yeah, I completely agree with that assessment. I think people are either wired to where they want to listen to the bars,
Exactly.
or you want to hear the bars and the storytelling. I'm of the opinion that bars and storytelling can work. I'm of the opinion that telling a song where you not necessarily storytelling always has to be the overall trend, but like if you're just being you and you're capturing that on a record without having to tell a story sometimes too, that's fine too. Tupac did that. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z did that. Kendrick did that. Pac did that. You know what I'm saying? Cole did that. So like, there's nothing wrong with that. Lane Common did that. So there's nothing wrong with that lane. I think me personally, I lean in between both bars and storytelling and just the overall art of hip hop. I love hip hop altogether. I love it from like how it was from back in the day to where it is as now. I'm somewhat of a quote unquote historian, what they would say. And I just appreciate the art. I appreciate creativity. I appreciate when a person is like, I'm about to put out a body of work, whether it's my best work or it's not my best work. That's why, go back to J. Cole for a minute, right quick. The Fallout being his best work can be completely debated about. I don't want to sit here and say it's his best work. It's still too early for that, right? We already in 2026. People got to remember, too, this is February 6th, 2026, the day the album has come out. It's it's debate. You can debate about it being his best work. You can debate about it being a classic, all this other stuff. What I will say for sure is this: I thoroughly enjoyed the album. I loved it. Right? I can understand criticism. I can understand things I did. I wish shouldn't have had happen. But from a full body of work, I was okay with it. Now, Easy got a good point. Is it better than
Forest Hill Drive by
is it better than
KOD.
Fortress Drive? Is it better than KOD? Is it better than your Born Sinners, your Cold Worlds? No,
Yeah,
no, it's not. No, it's not. Because those albums, and the reason why those albums actually low key are better than this album altogether is because those were the albums that people weren't even coming at Cole about. Hey, Cole, you apologize to Kendrick. You
right.
apologize. Blah, blah.
That's a
No,
fact.
around time, everyone was like, Cole was one of them. Cole was that guy.
Right,
Cole was boom, boom. Y'all were loving Cole when he gave you those albums. And I will admit, for years, people criticized J. Cole over his storytelling. People criticize him over sometimes his beats. People criticize him over because they say they would give him that boring label. I'm like, okay, I don't understand where he's boring at, but okay, that's your opinion. Cool. You're still entitled. But to me, you need artists that can keep it real, bro. Just keep it real. There's nothing wrong with keeping it real.
right.
It's one thing to be a bar heavy guy. That's great. But my biggest thing is this: if Jadakiss necessarily known for the bars, by the way, BZ, just
Who?
out there.
Jadakiss?
Yeah, Jada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top five dead or alive
Okay.
when it comes to the bars.
Love,
Facts.
love Jadakiss. Love
Yeah.
Jadakiss. But what would make Jadakiss different than, say, Cassidy? or what would make Cassie different than um I'm trying to think of another artist that's bar heavy. It's very much bar heavy.
Ludacris.
Ludacris. Or what would make Ludacris different than Fabulous? Or what would make Fabulous
Yeah,
different than T.I. or whomever else?
yeah,
But the
yeah.
point I'm trying to get at is there's nothing wrong with them doing it, and they all have different ways of doing it. Don't get it twisted. But if you're doing the same thing, to me, that's like that's it's not that you're limiting yourself if it's your lane and you made your fans off of that and boom boom boom, keep doing it. But at the same as that time, it's also like for an artist, like for me, I like to have more who you are, like your story, like the reason why you said J. Cole's better than Lil Wayne when we did their live last time is because you
Mm.
said Wayne got no substance. I
Yeah, he
completely
don't,
agree.
but he got the
Like Wayne
bars.
even tried to do the like even when Wayne did the Carter when he did the Carter Five, Wayne was trying to be like, well, I shot myself in the chest. Dude, we know about you shooting yourself in the chest for
Right,
freaking years.
right,
We've been know about that. That's nothing new. Oh, I shot myself in the chest when I was 11, 12 years old. We've been knew that. You survived too, thank God. You didn't kill
right.
yourself from it. But my point is, we know that. What are you at now? Talk about your podcast. You do a podcast now, right? Talk about your podcast experiences. A podcast argument at some point. I don't know, something to where we can go, man, that was real. I can relate to that,
I
right?
think, I think people. I think because I'm in agreement with what you're saying, but to play the other side because I'm
Yeah,
on the other side of that. If we don't go through nothing, you can't write about it. If that's what I'm saying. I'm like
facts.
when Cassidy got shot, or what was it? An accident? Didn't he go in a car accident or a deadly car accident or something? I forgot what
Mm-hmm.
happened. Something happened. This was years back. But when
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy first came back, when he came back from that, he was rapping about that accident. But after that accident, he hasn't rapped about that accident since because he hasn't been through nothing. Ludacris, he do all Ludacris. You see Ludacris flying on private jets. Well, his personal private jet with his wife all the time, shooting movies and stuff all the time. Life is good, so he's not going to give you no story because ain't nothing bad going on. So when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to that, like the same thing that with me, I all my songs, they was like, oh well, give us a story, BZ. I'm like, what story do you want? I don't have a story for you. I'm not going through nothing. Everything is good. I'm rapping about everything being good right now. So if
Right.
anything becomes bad, I might utter it. But other than that, like the same thing with J. Cole. The way J. Cole rap, when you look at J. Cole's product and body of work, J. Cole been through a lot. So that's why he has a lot. He got a lot to
Yeah.
talk about because he's been through a lot. But we can't put all the other you can't put all the other artists in that same bag and be like, well, yeah, give me that. If they didn't go through nothing, you can't give them that. They
Facts.
can't give the world what they can't give the world what the world's asking for. So that's why people be picky on, well, I can only listen to this person because they've been through something I can relate. I'm like, well, you relate because you've been through something similar. If I ain't never been through nothing, then I'm like, oh, that's a dope story, but I ain't never been
Right.
through it. That's why some fans that be like, yo, I'm just here for the bars. I'm not here for the story because I ain't never been through nothing y'all talking about. Oh, my best friend got shot at the bar. I don't even go to the bar. So I'm like, okay, that's cool how
For
you put that
sure.
together, but that ain't got nothing to do with me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so that's
For
why
sure.
some people it don't hit. That's why such a fan of Ludacris, and there's a lot of people who not a fan of Ludacris because everybody be like, yo, man, he be clowning around so much. But Ludacris also came out with that Theater of the Minds or that Release Therapy project when he had Nas and Jay Z in them on it. Well, she
Mm-hmm.
showed you that he can do that. He just chooses not to. It's like, no, I don't want to.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. No, that's not it. I need to make music for the people if they're feeling down today. I want to be the person that they listen to be like, oh, you don't know me like that.
That's
Get back,
dope.
you or Saturday, Sookie, Sookie, Sookie. You know what I'm saying? Ludacris got happy songs, so when you listen to that stuff, that gives you energy and gets you happy.
Yes.
Instead of listening to what's the boy we always talk about all the time? What's his name? The fat boy that be sing rapping. What's his name? What's his name?
Rod Wave.
Rod Wave. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got their. If you wake up like depressed, a lot of depression people will listen to Rod Wave. I suggest you
Facts.
not to. I suggest you go listen to somebody else, or you gonna jump off a cliff for real. I went to that Rod Wave concert and went to sleep. I was like, I ain't went through nothing this man talk about. But everybody in the crowd, I'm talking about 14, 15-year-old kids over here singing the song and knowing the song. I'm like, bro, you ain't even been through
Yeah.
nothing. What is you talking about, bro? That's what I be saying. So when you got a body, when you got people, when you got a fan base of people in the
Yeah.
world, they're
Yeah.
selective. So you just got to create multiple lanes. So
Hey,
J. Cole can hop in like let's say it's 20 lanes. J. Cole can hop into 6 or 7 of them lanes. But he ain't gonna mumble rap because we don't want to hear that.
right,
But he can hop in them lanes. So when people wake up in the morning, it's up to them. Oh, I want to hear mumble rap today. All right, well, they're not gonna listen to J. Cole, they're gonna listen to somebody else. Or I want to hear happy music. Oh, I want to listen to Ludacris, I want to hear bars, I'm gonna listen to Fabulous, and if I want to hear gangster stuff, I'm gonna listen to 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many stuff. So
right.
we can never honestly judge any rappers or put them over anybody because we don't know what they've been through. If they ain't never been through nothing, they ain't never gonna rap like J. Cole because they didn't go
It's
through
like
nothing.
it's like my guy George from Las Vegas. He said it best. He said, "Bro, he said it came a time where rappers were all talking about being they were telling stories basically about drug dealing
Mm-hmm.
and being a gangster and being someone
Mm-hmm.
about their lifestyle and talking about that in their raps to the point where eventually it wasn't special no more because we done heard it multiple times over time. So
Mm-hmm.
like by the time you heard the Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and Drake, and he put it nicely. He said, "Listen, he said Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are actually regular dudes."
Yeah.
I was like, that's deep. He's like, yeah, they were regular, and obviously I wasn't talking to him. I'm watching this on a video,
Right.
but he's like, yeah, they're regular dudes. He said Kendrick Lamar was a good kid. You know what I'm saying? He just came up in a messed up freaking world. You know what I'm saying? In a crazy city in California,
Exactly.
Compton,
Got a
California.
lot to talk
That's all
about.
it was. There you go. Drake comes from Toronto, Canada, but you don't know the type. But then again, we also know that he also has an issue with his family and things like
Right.
that, and blah blah blah. So he's addressed that on his records. J. Cole came from Fayetteville, North Carolina. By the way, I actually met a girl in my first year in college, and she was from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I kid you not.
Mm.
So, but where Cole's from, there's always a lot of murder happening. Violence is always happening
All the
around him.
time. Yeah.
He loves it. He loves where he comes from, but at the same as that time, he's also like, bro, I gotta get out here because it's grimy. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And it's like in when he did Windstorm Freestyle, he said people give me the memes about me being humble. He said, but it comes from the trauma that I've seen in where I live at, and also realizing that at any given point in time, your life can be taken just like that. So that's why he comes across the way he does in his records. It's not because he's a quote unquote gangster. It's because Cole was like, at the end of the day, bro, I knew people who were about that life. I'm gonna go by the opposite way. So
Right.
again, all three of these guys are regular dudes, and Kanye West, I believe, for all three of them to a degree, was huge for them.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Kanye was one of the first rappers that made it cool to not be no gangster, quote unquote. He was a
Yep.
college dropout,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that was Kanye's story.
And he
But
been
hold on,
through a
hold on,
lot.
B.
He been through a lot too. Yep.
Go ahead and talk right quick. I gotta do something right quick.
Oh, okay. I said Kanye, he been through a lot as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at it as far as like the body of work as a whole with all of them. Like when it comes to rap artistry, because like I said, I do music, and at the end of the day, with me doing music, I haven't been through none of that stuff that they've been through. So my music would never sound like nothing that they did. I didn't have all of that stuff going on. Like, oh yeah, it was shooting and all that. I heard about a lot of that stuff, but I never lived it. So if I didn't live it,
Right.
I'm not going to get on a track and lie and be like, yo, I was there when such and such got shot, or my homie was calling me from jail. I ain't had no homies calling me from no jail. I ain't do none of that. I was raised in the church. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I knew
Yeah.
that I was. That's when I knew that I was gifted by God. Because at the end of the day, when people ask me, they be like, "What's your influence?" I'm like, I can't give you an answer to that because I didn't listen to Run DMC and all them cats because I thought all of them was garbage. I didn't like none of them. I'm not a hip hop historian. I don't know all these rappers. I don't know all of that. No. When I first came in the game and started liking rap is when Ludacris was out there, when the Carter one was out there, when Ti was at the beginning. All of this stuff, not the back in the day that everybody be saying with KRS One and Scarface and all them. I don't know nothing about none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was put in this game to impact it in a different light. And I never went, oh, well, you need to go back and read the history. For what? I'm already here. But some people will be like, no, well, you need to find out where it came from. And I'm like, but I don't like where it came from, though. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of the
So
music or where it came from.
understandable.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But other people was like, oh, no, well, you can't be a rapper if you don't know the history behind rap. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever you say. I'm rapping better than a lot of y'all without knowing the history. So what you want to say? You know what I'm saying? Like I
Ooh,
don't
all
get
about
that.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
All about it.
that's what I don't understand with a lot of people. But I do get the fandom when people be like, No, I don't like this one, Wayne. This ain't it. This Carter 6, this ain't it. I get it because they was expecting so much because of how high we had them ranked. Same thing with the J. Cole, same thing with the Kendrick. Some people live up to the hype, some people don't. Like I got the GTS album better than this project. That don't mean that this J. Cole project ain't fire though. This is a whole nother
Facts.
lane. Like almost like Kendrick dang near had a hit. Every song on that project was dang near a hit. That's different. But
Oh,
he was
Gina's
able.
album. You about Gina's album comparing this to Fall Off?
Yeah,
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
yeah. I'm like, bro, you do. I'm like, you picking a song, you picking an album that literally has all songs that are radio ready, compared to a joint where that's not really all radio
But that's
ready,
why I
but
think.
it's
But
like
that's why I
that's
think
different.
when you compare it to Kendrick came out with an album that he was basically Kendrick had arrived at a point where he was just like, you know what? Okay, because one of the criticisms for Kendrick was every single one of your albums is always based around some sort of freaking thing.
Yep.
It's always based around some dang thing, some continuation about you and the Compton, and you tell your story, blah blah blah. Which, by the way, I personally love. I love it because you ain't never seen an artist do that,
Right.
where you can tell an album and tell your narrative throughout the next body of work. But when he came with Gene and Ness, it was like Kendrick Lamar basically giving us like a breather of like, okay, you done heard what I done said on Session 80, Good Kid, Butterfly, damn,
Yeah.
Mr. Morale, you done heard me give you enough of who I am already. Now it's time for me to have fun. And
Exactly.
GNS to me represented him having fun. Yes, it came across silly, but that was deliberate. Yes,
Yeah.
he had some records that were like from a beat choice standpoint, you can criticize and be like, man, that was terrible. But in all actuality, he was having fun.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Bring up West Coast artists who people never even
And it was
about.
cooking.
Like
It was
Dolly
cooking on
Six.
there too.
Literally. Like Dolly Six with that bar we talk about the Harley Quinn Joker, whatever bar
Oh
blower,
yeah,
whatever he said, that was
yeah.
nice. The way he said it, like the Hey Now Jordan was I thought Hey Now was fire. When I
Hey
first heard that
now,
beat, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. That
freaking
drum was
love it.
crazy.
And Kendrick to me got this innate ability a lot of times to be very freaking funny. When he's not even trying, I don't even know if he's trying to be funny, but like he's hilarious for real. He's hilarious. So he made it fun. He did take little shots at Drake still because around time that was still hot. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
But at the same as that time, Kendrick still kept it just. He was just having fun. He was having a celebration album.
Right.
That to me represented his celebration album, and GS was dope. And then on top of that, Luther was SZA.
Luther. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Luther was
And
SZA
then
reincarnated.
they not like us.
Squabble up.
It was just
Like, what are
different.
y'all talking
Squabble up,
about,
squabble up. Like it was too many.
bruh?
He had banger after banger after banger after banger after
What?
banger.
Man at the Garden.
Yeah, it was
We
crazy.
did freaking one mic.
Yeah, it was crazy. He just
Okay. We come at Cole
yeah,
about how he took Kendrick like Kendrick took not like on one mic, but I don't know, I'm just being a little petty. But
right,
but Cole did do the rewind from Nas too, so that tells you the Nas is up there as well. One of the
right.
greatest ever do
Oh
because
yeah,
they did
that's one
they
of my
hummed
favorite
him.
songs.
Love Nas, bro. One mic is a classic.
It is.
But yeah, Kendrick did his thing. GNS is a classic. I think over time, Fall will be a classic for a different time or for a different way, right?
Alrighty. Yeah, we'll
Over
go on.
time,
Okay.
over time. But for what it's worth, no, I listen. I'm serious when I say this, BZ, and yes, I am a J Cole fan. Yes, I will admit there's some bias attachment too. I love the fall off. I do it. I
Yeah, I
don't.
like it. I don't love it. I
I
like it though.
that's fine. That's fine. It's it's kind of hard for me to tell you why I love it to a degree. Cause you got some great points, bro. The things that you highlighted before we even got into like everything else, you have some great points, bro. Some great points. Um, Let me ask you: do you feel it was cohesive enough, though?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think J. Cole did exactly what he was supposed to do on the product. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not like when I like, and literally, if you go back and listen to the 13 songs on the Forest Hill Drive, because that's 13 songs, right?
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
back and listen to that, and you see how that's put together, and you go and listen to this, it's kind of put together similar. It's just more radio bangers that everybody would expect on the
Yeah.
Forest Hill Drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's that song? Love, 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 love,
Love yours. I love
love
both.
yours. That's on there. And
Love
then
that
the other,
record.
like he got so many that's on there, but he got a couple on here that's like, yo, that's crazy. I just think that 24 songs is a lot, but
It
the
is.
storytelling behind it, because you're telling that story. Like if somebody says that they don't like the project Dis 29, it's because you're older. He's talking from the age of 29. So when you go and listen to it, you really got to listen to it and be like, okay, he's not talking like that now.
Mm,
But that's where his mind was at 29 years old. And if you're at 29 or past 29, you know where your mind was in your 20s compared to where they are
yes.
in their 30s and 40s. It's not the same. Like he was talking about a lot of gunplay, a lot of pull up. He was on that on 29 like crazy. Now 39, he was on it, but you seen that he mellowed down. He was singing a lot more. He's showing a lot of love, a lot of appreciation, a lot of stuff. Like you can hear it, but that's what grown people do. Disc
Hmm.
39 is you could put that in the car on Disc 39, which is the second half of the project. You could put that in the car and ride all day. No skips.
Yes.
No
Yes.
skips.
Thanks
No
for well,
skips.
well said, Beezus.
Yeah.
Well
My
said.
my man said something clear. And I'll say this, like I said, because I like the project a lot. I'll say this what my man said, and which I'm in agreement. If you're listening to the J. Cole project and if you're reacting to it in any way, do not be paying attention to your phone. Because if J. Cole is giving you so much in the stories, he's giving you so much of what he's talking about, you don't got time to be reading texts and scrolling. You're missing it.
Yeah.
You have to,
Yeah.
you gotta stay focused on this
Yeah.
project because the
Yes.
project is speaking volumes. Nobody can say that lyrically, nobody has put that type of a body of work in a while.
It's funny that you said because I literally said while I was doing my live, I said I had to check this right quick, and I told I was coming at reactors, I was coming at my fellow reactors content creators, on
Yeah,
YouTube. I just had to be honest. I said, bro, I said if you are doing a live stream right now, like I'm doing a live stream, which by the way my live stream ain't like usually high, but which is fine. I don't care, but not for right now at the very least.
right.
It'll come, but when I was listening to, well, this is what I was saying. I've seen past reactions where reactors will allow fans to dictate what they will listen to, and they will go and say, like, for instance, if you come into a J. Cole record or Kendrick Lamar, I seen Kendrick Lamar, I seen Kendrick Lamar go through this. I'm like, what? I think if I'm not mistaken, Miss Morale and the Big Steppers had actually went through this, and I think two reactors had did this, where some people were commenting going to the reactor like in the chat. They were like, "Yo, skip this record. Nope, skip this record. Go to the next record. Go to the next record." And the reactor would oblige and go, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna skip that record and go to the next record." And I'm like, "What?" Like that low key would piss me off. Let me tell you why. Because if the artist just came out with their album that day, that's like me saying, "Beezy, I'm gonna do your album reaction,"
Yeah,
and someone and say a few guys that we don't even know about are trolling, whatever the case may be. I don't even know these guys, and they're going and for some reason my subscribers is going even more up, and they go, "Nah, bro, turn this off, turn it off, turn it off, nah." And I could be 15, 20 seconds into your record, and I haven't even listened to the full record.
exactly.
Why would I turn it off?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you brought
I
that
hate
up.
that.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of content creators like us, like you and I, when we're doing reactions, if people are in our comment section when we're reacting to songs, talking and stuff through that or texting through that, they're not paying attention to the song.
No,
Bro, you gotta listen through the situation. Skip. Just because you ain't like the first 10 seconds don't mean nothing, bro. If
no, they heard the song already. They just like,
oh
"No,
yeah,
no."
yeah, yeah. You
But
you yeah,
still,
I don't like that. Yeah, yeah, I
but
like that. Yeah,
even if you have, I have not.
yeah, I
This
like
is
that.
my first genuine freaking reaction.
I like
So
that.
why would you then tell me to skip it? Then I
Yeah,
come back, listen to it, and then I regret it immediately.
I
I
like
when I'm
that.
off the room,
Yep.
staying on freaking camera.
Yeah, I like that. I like how you talking because they do that. They already had a GNX or already had a Cold Fall Off album, and then come in there and just start talking. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, such and such is on Future or track 8. I'm like, dude, I'm not. I haven't heard nothing yet. Why are you telling me this? You got me on.
right.
You got me wanting to turn the comments off, and that
Literally,
kills the whole live.
facts,
That kills the
facts.
whole live. I'm like, bro, stop spoiling what's going on here.
Yeah, bro.
They was doing that in
There
my man.
were
They was doing that in my man's reaction joint. And he had to tell him. He was like, "Look, y'all got to stop. Y'all spoiling." He knew that Future was on the joint on track 2. He knew because they told him.
there
Skip to
were
the
a couple of
Future
times
joint. Skip to the
I
Future joint. He
completely
like, what?
agree. Yeah, bro, I hate that. And
He was like,
did he do
yeah.
it? Did
He
he do
did
it?
the he did the reincarnated joint again. He was like, bro, stop being in the comment section. God, get out of here.
Yeah, bro. Like you heckling, bro. You're a heckler, bro.
Yeah, I
You
don't
leave.
like that. I don't like
Me
that.
neither. Me neither. And on top of that, but then when it's more than one person, I low key absolutely freaking hate it
Yeah.
because then you because so it becomes so dang on heavy to where you're like, okay, all
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't okay, all right, dude. You are the reactor. You're the
Yeah.
content creator. You have the freaking power to go. I want to listen to this record and boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Don't go right here and say, all right, I'm gonna listen to it back. No, I saw, bro. As soon as I saw a reactor did that, I seen two do that. I turned off the dang on freaking reaction. I said, heck no, I ain't listen to this.
Exactly.
I said, nah, because when I saw that, I said to myself, first of all, that's very, very disrespectful to the artist you're reacting to
Period, bro.
in the moment. In
Yes.
the moment.
I
If
agree.
you do that on your own time, cool. But
I
because you're doing
agree.
that publicly, and he can see that publicly,
I agree, bro. I agree. I
what?
agree 1,000%, bro.
That's
You
like you,
the
BZ.
nail on the
Bro,
head, brother. You hitting the nail on the
I'm
head
telling,
right now.
I'm telling you right now.
You are cooking, bro. Cause I
Bro, if
hate
I
that.
came across a reactor doing that to my body of work and I came around that, bro, I'm putting it to this way. I ain't gonna cuss you out, bro. But like, if I was ever see you in person, I'm gonna definitely have some choice
We
words
got
for you,
words to
bro.
say, bro. You're not even paying attention to what
Matter
I'm
of fact,
doing.
nah, I probably don't have anything to say to you because that to me is disrespectful. That to
It
me is
is.
like absolutely uncalled for, unprofessional,
It's a
and
fact.
childish and immature.
That's a
It's
fact.
like you're allowing people, you're allowing the world. Now I get it, acceptance, popularity, blah blah blah, this and that third.
Mm-hmm.
If that's your lane, I get it. But at the same as that time, you're allowing people you don't even know to control you and your every move.
That's
And
a
I'm
fact.
like, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. I'll put it this way: me and Rail was doing this. Now, this is not necessarily too similar. It's low somewhat off topic, but this is what me and Rail recently went through.
Mm-hmm.
When I brought Rail to do my live on YouTube, and we were talking.
Dope live, by the way. Dope live.
Thank you, bro.
Yep,
Thank
for
you.
sure.
People go ahead and watch that when you get a chance. We talking about raising faith. We're born by experience. My whole podcast thing.
And I got a surprise. I got a surprise. I'm gonna announce it on here too when you done. I got a
Bet,
surprise
say
too.
less,
Yep.
say less. Um, when Rail and I were doing our live, there were people commenting. I don't know if Rail could see it, but I saw it on my end where people were commenting like they were just saying things that were unnecessary to be said. Like somebody commented, "Jesus is white." You have to believe
Oh
Jesus is
my
white. I was
god.
crying. I didn't even want to acknowledge. I said, "I'm gonna move on."
Oh my
It was nerd
god.
commented that said, I could drink a Capri Sun upside down." I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I guess that's very talented,
I can't.
awesome,
Exactly. I can't
cool for
stand
you.
people like that.
Yeah, and then there's another one that says something along the lines of like, he said something, um, he said something about I eat a taco, you eat a taco, you're a taco. Whatever. Something he was saying about something about a freaking taco. I'm like, huh? And at that point, Rail got annoyed.
He said he
Rail
got
got
annoyed.
annoyed. Rail got annoyed. It was just like, all right, so listen, he said, Rail was like, he was like, so listen, we Christian out here, but don't get it twisted. We just because we man of God don't mean we can't, you know what I'm saying? Blah
Right.
blah blah.
Yeah.
This
Right.
man third, and Rail kept the real with all, and he was serious too. I saw his face and everything. I said, "Dang, Rail, I ain't never seen you,
Bro,
you
let's
know." But Rail
side
wasn't playing.
note. Go ahead.
Rail was not playing. Rail was like, "Bro," he said, "If you gonna be on this live, you gonna be
Bro.
doing all that. Get off."
Bro, listen. Bro, listen. I called Rail yesterday. I called Rail yesterday while he was still teaching. Oh, the
Yeah.
school was out. Bro, I answered
Oh.
the phone with Rail yelling at the kids. Bro, I almost lost my mind, bro. And he was like, hold on, man. These kids is acting up. And the kid kept talking back to Rail, bro. I've never seen Rail with that type of energy. He was putting them kids down. He was like, oh no, y'all not gonna act like that in my class. He was like, no, go sit down. When I say sit down, sit down. I'm sitting, Rail tapping on the table and all that. You hear it. You like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of y'all acting like this. Bro, I'm sitting, I'm holding it in. I'm like, bro, Rail. I have never seen Rail in this type of mode, bro. I'm like, I've never seen him in this mode, bro. I'm like, oh, these kids then took. Oh my god, my boy
And
is
if you know Real
upset.
like me and BD do,
He's not like
Real is by
that.
far one of the nicest, humblest, sweetest dudes you'll
Exactly.
ever meet. You'll ever know, bro.
Exactly.
He's one of those. He don't even take
Oh,
himself too seriously.
oh
But
my god.
when he
He
comes
come.
back,
That's it, bro. When he ain't playing,
boy,
you better watch it. If he
yeah,
ain't
bro,
playing, you better watch it. Cause that boy
yeah,
ain't
man,
playing no games, bro.
nah, bro,
I couldn't believe it,
don't
man.
take him
You heard
down,
the kids
man.
talking in the back. I don't care what such and such said. I said sit down. I don't care who's at the table. I don't care who's at the door. When I say sit down, sit down. I got something for y'all tomorrow. I'm like, I'm sitting there like not laughing because I'm like, yo, this dude's serious, and I don't even want to laugh with him because he's serious. And he hear me on the phone, he gonna laugh when he's supposed to be serious with the kids. I was like, bro, call me back when you leave the class. Call
Right,
me back when
right,
you're
right,
done,
right.
because I'm not even. I'm about to mess your whole situation up. I'll
you,
be like,
you,
bro, pull that belt out, boy. Whoop them kids.
right,
He'll
right.
been in that mug cracking up.
You had the opportunity for Real to break freaking character, bro.
Exactly. And I was like, nah, man, he's in teacher mode. I'm not about to mess him up in teacher mode. But that was my first time ever hearing Rail that upset. I was like, oh shoot, he got another side for real. He don't play
Yeah,
no
yeah,
games.
bro. Nah,
No
bro.
games.
Real's cool, man. He's don't get twisted. He cool in person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's
I
just
think
at the end of
everybody
the day,
got that.
like,
I think everybody got
yeah,
that.
for
I
sure.
think you got that. I think if somebody really go like that, it can really get crazy. It can
Oh,
really
for sure.
oh yeah. It'll get crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if I
Oh,
got
for
that
sure.
though. I
I
don't know if I
think
got it.
I put you this way. It's this is what I've come to understand about me, right? I don't truth be told, even though I be coming across like I be doing with Larry over the phone,
Yeah.
I low key absolutely hate confrontation.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate having to fight. I hate having to go there.
Yeah.
I hate debates. I hate arguments. I hate all of that.
All of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. So with that being said, but when I feel like I'm being put in a corner, I gotta step out. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
got you
saying? And I gotta, you
to
know what I'm
get out
saying,
that
let it be
corner.
known like how I feel.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, fine. But just know that at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold my tongue. I'm not going to back up and back down.
I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I listen to, so my thing is like it's like this. But I will say this about me. It's a lot. When
Yeah.
I say it takes a lot for me to really get mad and angry and for me to like
Oh shoot, we
crash out.
126. Hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it takes a lot for me to crash out. It takes a lot for me to crash out, break character, whatever you want to say, boom, boom.
Same here.
Like I'm the kind of guy. I don't know what it's like to be. People be like, well, I asked. Okay, I asked this one time to my coworkers workers at work at Kroger's one time,
Yeah.
and I I said, yo, I said, do I sometimes come across like I'm an a hole, right? My
Yeah.
coworker I asked him this question, and he was like, nah, and then he's like, well, he's like,
He said, well,
yeah.
yo, that's crazy.
I said, really? And I was, but it didn't offend me though. It did not offend me though. But
Right.
I don't. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Even with him saying that, people will generally tell you when they see Josiah's a nice guy. He's cool, good guy, always smiling, positive energy, optimistic. Like he brings about our day. He probably looks at our freaking spirits. Where were you, Josiah? Bro, I ain't seen you all week. I get that work, right?
Right.
I get that work. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
So when that happens, I've realized like that's just who I am. I think that's what God has made me to be. Is like I don't get mad. I don't know what it's like to be very, very like rude, disrespectful, or just say mean stuff. Just in general, like I can
Right.
say mean stuff, but I don't say mean stuff for the sake of saying mean stuff.
Exactly. I
If that
understand.
makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but there's people around me that don't care. Like people around me that have no filter. My brother Josiah, I love him. He the type to where if you did him wrong or you said something wrong, he's going to say it, right away, almost like impulsive way. Like he gonna tell you like it is. It's almost cold hearted in a way. I'm like, dang, bro, I wouldn't have said it like that. Like, you know, I don't get that cold hearted. I just don't. I really don't. I'm gonna be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of who I am. In real time. Now, if I play a character, I'm gonna kill it because it's the
Right.
opposite of who I am. I've seen
Right.
it before,
Yeah.
right? But in terms of who I am, can I be unfiltered to a degree?
Right.
Sometimes. I think we all okay have a
We do.
an unfiltered.
I don't think I've ever been to that. I never really crashed out.
No,
I never
you're
had the
very
opportunity.
unfiltered. You're very unfiltered.
Yeah, I never
You
really
don't
had to
care.
crash. I don't care about nothing. Like I
You
don't.
don't care,
But the
bro.
like
We talk
put
about
but put.
wrestling and you
Oh
put
yeah,
things. I'll be
just
like,
crash out.
bro, like,
Yeah, we gonna crash out. But I like as
yeah,
far as like crash out to go to a physical altercation. I'm like you gonna have to push me there.
literally.
And if you push me all the way there, I'll just might. I'm not gonna say that on YouTube channel. Ain't gonna get my channel tore down. But y'all see where I'm going. Like, I don't even be having time to
Yeah.
be all that. All that hustling and tussling, I ain't got that to do, bro. You crossing the line like that, me in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Target practice. Playing with me, bro. I ain't doing that.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
Yes, sir, bro. And just so we got to go over the last three tracks. The quick stop joint that J. Cole did where he's talking about the fan that came
Oh
to him,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then he was snapping while talking about that fan,
Mm-hmm.
talking about like
Oh.
how much that fan meant to him. I listen,
Yeah, that was
listen.
cold.
Yeah, and the whole world is the Ville. I thought in the whole world is the Ville was
I
dope.
like that too. The whole word of
You know what
the
I'm saying? Mother effing Ville. um, and then the Ocean Way, bro, which was the teaser trailer that he
that
had
was the
came out
that was
with,
the that was the last track. That was the bonus track, right?
bro,
Yeah.
bro. I'm
Oh
not
my
going to
god.
lie. And BZ, you clown
I'll
me,
park
you
right there.
go off on me all you want. I don't care. I'm not going to lie. My heart was beginning to get heavy around time when that record had came out. I'm
All
not
right.
going to hold you.
You said what, Josiah?
I said my heartbeat had begun to start getting real heavy when I heard that record.
That's why.
Yup.
That's why I felt
I'm not
like,
going to lie.
man, this is.
I'm not going to lie.
That's why I felt like, yo, this might be his last joint because he
Mm-hmm.
poured his all into this joint.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because I ain't expect him to come back with that music. And I heard that music when I saw the trailer, I was like, bro, J. Cole finna really put out his last blah blah blah. So when he puts it towards the last record, and you hear that dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah, yeah.
dun, dun, the melody is beautiful, bro. The melody is beautiful in that record, man. And then you hear Cole sing the record. It
So go to this
gave
one,
like this.
the second one. Hold on,
You get,
the motel joint. All right, all right. Go ahead, Josiah. My fault.
no, you good. When I heard that melody just played the way it had did, and he was like, dun, dun, it was like, dun, 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 and then he starts singing on there,
Yeah, I was
doing all
like,
this other stuff. I was like, bruh. I said, okay, bro. Like, that's a stop, stop, stop,
I was like, yeah, it's out of
stop,
here.
bro. I'm not
This
even
is
trying to
it.
cry, bro. On live, bro. You tripping, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not
this
even
is
trying to
it.
cry. I'm not trying to cry. And then I played it again after I got done with the live. As soon as I turned it off, I kid you not, man, this is just, I'm keeping it true. I'm keeping it real. I cried. I cried.
Mm.
But nothing like to where it was like, I'm sorry about that, yo. Like, it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. Just so people are clear. Josiah's not no crier where he's gonna cry like, oh God, oh. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh my goodness, bro.
And the only reason why I poured this out because BD was teasing me. I was watching back our video with
What project? Which one you was
Saturday Night
crying on?
Event.
Which one?
That was no, I was talking about the Saturday Night event. We talking about John Cena.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. It was like,
that
yeah,
you
we
was
made
like,
sure he ain't
yo,
cry on that joint.
yeah, oh, the side, oh, yeah, people in the chat, throw the
So the
tissue for the
tissues in the
side.
chat was
I
Josiah
was
with the
crying.
joint.
I watched it back and I was laughing my behind
With the
off.
AJ Styles one too.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah, bro.
I wonder. Did you see his Stephanie McMahon interview?
No, I saw a clip though. I saw a clip of the short.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. It's like an hour and 20 minutes
Yeah.
long.
Oh
But
man,
it's his first
I
interview after
trying to
his
catch it.
retirement, so I gotta see it.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. When you get a chance, you and Larry should watch the Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso
I
interview. That was
did.
pretty
I thought I
good.
put it in there. Did I put that in the chat?
I thought I
Or
put it in
did you?
check.
Did you put it in there?
I put it in check. I put it in
Yeah, I
check.
know. I
You watch
watched
it?
it. I watched it
It was
yesterday.
great.
I loved
It
it.
was
I
great.
loved every
It
minute of it.
and it told, and you know what, bro? And it made me go, you know what? If y'all want to go with the idea of again with James being a Facebook and boom, you can have that. Because James
Yeah,
was,
the way that they
he's
broke
I
this
feel like
down.
I am. He said the way I be putting in the work. I'm like, wow, yeah,
Yeah, he is a
you
worker.
do. You was a
He is.
worker.
He is a worker.
You work hard. You work hard too, bro.
He
Like I be
definitely
seeing
did.
like, every single week, bro. So
Different light. Yeah,
I give
different.
credit.
It's a different light on it when after he did that sit down with Cody.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely. And
I think they. I think that's. I think he deserves a Cody feud. Honestly, no problem. Hold on, Josiah. Hold on. You sound like a robot, like I did on that one episode. You sound like a robot right now. Is you still by your phone, or did you walk past away from your phone?
I'm by my phone now.
Dang, why you sound like a robot? Do it again.
I'm by my
All right, I
phone
hear you
right
now.
now.
I hear you now.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
So
weird.
what did you say?
Yeah, I was saying like the press conference story that they was telling about had me cracked up. My bro.
When I seen it, they said that they was drunk at the what you call it. I was weak. I was like, y'all boys is
Yeah,
crazy.
they were.
What? Hold on, you robot again. Why is your phone choppy? What is going on? You still hold on, man. Let's stop this and start it over because I can't hear you at all. Hold up.
Boom, bang, 2 to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. But you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw 4, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the eastbound. Call me a virus, we moving to the west now. I've been bugging more ammo than any Russian. My 16s I air out like a semi-bussin'. My chick bad, I sing to her like David Ruffin. Give her the game, she roll up, we lit and puffin'. Thought I was done, but this rapping is in my bloodline. Keep feeding me beats, I zip them up like K-Shine. The swag so out of this world, never in state lines. Used to be passing with everything, now I take mine. Pittsburgh, my name Monty, some of you notice me. I get you lit and I'm brown, nickname me Hennessy. I came in the game, they ain't do nothing but doubt. But now I feel like a tongue to win my name in your mouth.